Obstacles can be created based on manual naming and creation by drawing or selecting existing CAD geometry, or they can be created again by importing survey data that we may have. I'm going to start by creating by survey data. So if I import and browse to the directory that holds my data set for my surveyed obstacles, first thing that we need to do is ensure that the delimiter is matching what the drawing file or the input file has. And then we get data, which reads through the first set of data and gives me the column headings to allow me to map each column to the corresponding piece of information or data that we need to define the obstacle and its point. So is there a unique ID or a descriptor? What is the northing, what is the easting, and what is the elevation? Once we've mapped the columns, we evaluate. This process runs very quickly to read through the file and make sure that there is no malformed data, that a line has been found that is not consistently applying comma separated values for the delimiter. Now that I've done that, I can go ahead and click OK. We'll get a progress bar in the bottom of the dialog, and you'll start seeing some obstacles coming up on screen being drawn around the airfield area. But we'll have an example here of something that we're going to look at called a wood mesh. So within the data set that I've imported, a number of the objects are just simply numbered to have a unique ID to allow me to go back and take a look at them later. But there is a small subset of the data that has, under the import, been brought in with a specific naming. So let's just go take a look quickly at the data set. So this was surveyed obstacles. If I open that up in Excel, we're going to get a 4-column spreadsheet. I'm just going to fit to the column width. And scrolling down towards the end of the data set, we're going to find a number of obstacles that come in with a descriptor wood. So this is a unique name that we're expecting to find, that if you wanted to contain a group of obstacles as a wooded mesh to have a defined canopy top formed from the individual points here, we can utilize the defined wood mesh command here to select the objects. So let's say this is an orchard or a grove of trees to the south of the runway. We select them and we give it a unique name. I'm going to call this orchard simply. And a mesh object will now be created that represents and is visual for us in the drawing on top of all of these points.